It'll be a quick review video on how things made in a certain country are not necessarily good or not necessarily bad. So, for example, things made in China aren't necessarily bad, and well, probably everything nowadays, almost everything is made in China. And how things made in the United States, for example, aren't necessarily good. So in this video, I'll be reviewing this Walker Mega Clamp, and it's an exhaust clamp. Well, I guess this pretty much says it all. And as you can see, it's made in USA. Fortunately, a disappointment. Very disappointed in this American product. But it's not the worst, but it's far from good. It's garbage. So it's again, this serves the purposes of joining sealing exhaust joints where one pipe connects to the other. And first of all, as you can see from the bending here, it's made from very flimsy stainless steel. It's nice that it's made out of stainless steel, so that's a positive aspect of it. It's a good material. It's an excellent material. It's the best material for the exhaust. But it's actually sort of spot welded there, and as you can see, spot welds just broke off. And the major weakness on this here is the aluminum. So they use stupid little aluminum inserts to hold the nuts. And again, aluminum has absolutely no place in the automotive industry, in a car, and much less in a truck. As you can see, some people say, well, aluminum doesn't rust. Well, it does. It doesn't rust, but it definitely gets corroded. And it forms all this white stuff, and it just breaks off, and it just cracks off eventually. So as you can see there, here's a little piece look at that. Just look at how easily that broke off. This actually used to be aluminum. So if you're thinking that aluminum doesn't, corrode, well, you're absolutely wrong. It probably corrodes even faster than steel. Especially, in northern winters where there's salt. It's absolutely hates salt. And there's the bolt there. There's the nut there, and the aluminum's cast around it, and then it's inserted there. As you can see, they actually made, I don't know why they do this, just to save a few cents in each of these pieces, each of these parts. And as you can see, it's actually hollow. So instead of making it a solid piece, they actually made these holes here, these I guess hole's not the right word. These extrusions here. Again, and that's where it broke. So you look at it through this and you think, well, it's a ½ inch thick, so it'll last me a little bit. Then inside, where you can't see it, these bastards made it out of, they made this extrusion. It's actually only, at that point, it's probably only 1/8 or a third thick. So, and then it just breaks off. So again, very, very disappointed. This company here, Walker. But again, I've seen worse. I've seen worse than these. But so you see, not everything that's made in the U.S. is good. This side, it's not even welded on this side. It's not even spot welded on this side. This is ridiculous. It's not even spot welded. It's just bent. It's just bent onto the aluminum, to the stainless there. The only thing about this that's good is the stainless. But at this paper thin gauge here, it's not really useful for anything. And with these pathetic aluminum inserts, it's just disappointing. So If I were to re-engineer this or remake this, I'd at least make these squares, these little triangular pieces here, out of steel at least. Like if I were to make it, I'd design it out of stainless. It's not that expensive and it's worth your money. And then I'd definitely make the inserted nut here out of stainless. That's a must. Definitely a must. Anything on the exhaust that's not stainless is going to get rusted or just break off and be annoying. So, well, that's my review of this part here. And again, if I'd like to see with these things, like I've yet to see anything that's made of, entirely made of stainless, or at least high quality. I've yet to see high quality exhaust parts and electrical parts. So with that being said, since I can't find them, I'll make them. And be sure to watch my other video and you'll see how I made an indestructible terminal block. So hope this is informative.